The most dangerous thing you could do in an interrogation room isn't lie, it's hesitate, it's correct yourself, it's try to explain. Because the moment confusion looks intentional, every word after that sounds like a cover up. And that's how this case collapsed. Most people think cases fall apart when somebody lies. A contradiction surfaces, a story breaks, a motive gets exposed. But this case didn't hinge on a lie. It hinged on something quieter, something easier to misread: confusion. And once confusion was mistaken for deception, the case stopped being evaluated. The belief was simple: an innocent person would be consistent, calm, clear. If the story changes, something must be wrong. If the explanation shifts, it must be intentional. So every adjustment became evidence, not just confusion, but of guilt. A lot gets argued in this case: personality, behavior, cultural differences, media framing. None of that is the fatal problem. The collapse didn't come from who she was. It came from how uncertainty was interpreted. And here's the detail people miss. Under pressure, confusion and deception can look identical. Both hesitate, both revise, and both contradict themselves. But only one of them is intentional. An interrogation doesn't separate the two. It magnifies the mistake. Interrogations reward certainty, not accuracy. The more confidently something is said, the more it sounds true. So when someone tries to correct themselves, it doesn't sound careful. It sounds evasive. And once that framing sets in, every clarification becomes suspicious. This is where the trap closes. Once confusion is labeled deception, there's no clean way back. You can't prove confusion. You can't measure stress. You can't replay intent. All you could do is explain. And explanations sound like strategy. So the case stops being about truth and becomes about performance. After that, details don't save you. They just pile up. Contradictions stop being questions. They become confirmation. And once confusion is framed as lying, the story locks itself. This case didn't collapse because of a lie. It collapsed because confusion was treated like deception. But confusion isn't strategy. It isn't intent. It's what happens when the human mind is pushed past clarity. And once that gets mistaken for guilt, the case is already lost. That was the fatal detail.